I'm Mark Kent, and I returned to South Florida actually about 3 years ago. Prior to that, I was a hospital CEO and part owner in Southern Indiana. And the stint before that, I did 10 years at Humana as a regional president and CEO for our care delivery organization, but happy to be an entrepreneur again. A little bit about me is I am from a family of immigrants who immigrated to this country from Jamaica. And my grandfather likes to say one thing that I think is critically important about my family is he said, no matter what we have or what we do, never forget that you are one generation from a dirt floor. And so we wear that with a lot of great pride. He's retired now in Naples, and so is so are my parents. And I'm very lucky to have him still with us at 96 years old. Um, so my experience as a big is I started in undergraduate at USC in California, and I had the blessing of being raised by a family of givers, and a family that really believes in education and believes that education is the way out of every circumstance, especially poverty. And having done several missions as a young man, when I got to LA, I wanted to do something. I didn't know what it was. And a young lady that I had a friendship with, she was a big, and she told me, hey, let's go down here and learn how to, you can see this for yourself. But when you interact with a child, it is the most rewarding experience you'll ever have. And that kicked that off so many years ago. My little did more for me than I think I ever did for him. He today is an engineer who has just completed his master's degree and is working on his PhD. Actually, excuse me, he completed his master's degree a couple years ago. He just started actually his PhD. And I'm extremely proud of him. I stay involved with he and his family. He's a proud father of three. Happily married, beautiful wife who is actually a pharmacist now. And his mother tells me one story that I think is really interesting is that the teachers told her when she went to one of his parents' teacher conferences is that she could tell when someone came into his life because all of a sudden in school, he sat up, he started paying more attention, started saying, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, and his grades started taking off. And that is exactly what we all do, right? And being involved in Big Brothers and Big Sisters is that we change lives. And so that is something that I wear as a badge of honor and great pride. So mentoring is very important to me because it comes from my beginning. And so my grandfather was very, very blessed at a time when he worked for the United Nations to have had an interaction with one of our presidents. And that presidential interaction at the United Nations changed the course of his life. My uncle, by virtue of meeting someone in his undergraduate school, University at Purdue, who later went on to do a lot of great things, that interaction and that mentorship forever changed his life. My role and time at Humana, before I got there, I was an entrepreneur. And in Humana, I had several interactions that forever changed the course of my life, and I would say even my career. And so the man that sits here before you sits here based upon the interactions and the involvement of many people. And so I really understand uniquely, and so does my family, that when you mentor someone, when you help someone, it really alters the course of their life, not just then, but also for generations. And so, so why I donate to Big Brothers Big Sisters is because it's real to me. It's real to me because I participated and as a big, and it's a lifelong commitment to me. And I really, really love this organization, and I love what we do at Big Brothers Big Sisters.